Cemetery's over here. Got to go through the cows to get to the cemetery. Hi, so welcome to this episode of History Hunters. We're outside of San Andreas, California. We're going to check out this historic pioneer cemetery that was established in 1851. There's some interesting characters buried here. I found this cemetery along Highway 12 outside of San Andreas while researching historical markers in Calaveras County. This was once known as the North Branch Cemetery, named after a town that once existed just opposite the cemetery. It's kind of a cold day today.
They'll come back because they're curious. I got video of one of the white ones boinging around by me. If I turn my back, he would. But I can't get him to come to me. Hey, look, Bean. Bean McGean.
And why is Bean important?
Huh?
Why is Bean important?
To them?
To you.
That's their name.
It's also your YouTube name, huh?
Before it was my YouTube name, it's been my nickname for my entire life.
Bean McGean.
And the Flying Machine.
Here's an example of another of America's unsung heroes, Robert W. Shipp, who served in the Navy during World War II. Inside this gate is a marker that mentions that there are pioneers of California who are buried here. They were reinterred here from Poverty Bar Cemetery. It was a cemetery that was flooded out when they created Comanche Reservoir and they dammed that canyon up. Poverty Bar was founded south of the McCullough River as a gold mining town during the gold rush. The post office in Poverty Bar only operated from 1858 to 1864. Calaveras Cemetery records show that 48 unknown bodies were reinterred in the Pioneer Cemetery from the Poverty Bar Cemetery, which is now covered up by the waters of Comanche Reservoir. The nearest major town to it was Campo Seco. It's hard to tell exactly how many people are buried here. Check out the ironwork. I really dig the old ironwork. That's pretty cool.
It's a memorial of James Sheeran. Maybe he's Ed Sheeran's family lineage.
Came to his death.
But why is this TH right here? By, I would think, fall of a bank, South Fork, 9th day of December, 1854. 27 years old.
Native of Ireland, Mayo County. May his soul rest in peace. Amen.
Maybe they messed up right here.
Unfortunately, a lot of people decided to graffiti his marker here. Write all kinds of things on it. I wonder why there's holes in that. Look like bullet holes, maybe.
I don't know about that.
This is his foot marker, J.S. James Sheeran.
There's nothing on it. It's just pieces of markers.
Something was here. Somebody is buried here. These are some interesting graves over here. This is in memory of H.M. Rose of Montreal. He died September 6, 1852. He was 25 years old. Also buried here is H. Williams. Over here, if you see that the hand is pointing to this grave over here, one marker for 3 people. So H.W. Williams died September 12th, 1852. Same month, 26. Also died the same month of September 1852 was T.J. Brealey. Looks like he was from Illinois. He's buried over here. He was 30 years old. Right here is a marker in memory to Fidelia, wife of Joseph B., no last name, died September 23rd, 1858. She was 33. And sadly, this marker's been completely destroyed. The grave of Hugh Lawson White Hill, he died May 12th, 1861, at age 35. And it's hard to read this down here, but it does actually read, "Remember me as you pass by, as you are now. So once was I, as I am now, you soon will be. Prepare for death and follow me." Right there it says 35 years old. Hill was actually a native of Tennessee. He established a 1,000-acre hill ranch in 1855 in Comanche. It was a town once named Limerick. He was married to Euphemia, and he fathered 3 strapling boys, John, Jesse, and Francis. He was actually murdered in an 1861 gunshot wound to the heart by a sharecropper named Marion Tate, who Hill had accused of having an affair with Hill's wife and of taking her to the courthouse to file for divorce. Euphemia Hill had filed for divorce the day that her husband was killed, but Tate had not taken her down to file. Another neighbor had. Hill was drunk and he brandished a pistol, and he was shot and killed in some kind of altercation. Missing in the cemetery is a headstone, according to cemetery records, for William Sampson. He was 22, and a Robert Ides Bradshaw, he was 21, both of Charleston, Massachusetts. They were cruelly murdered at Chili Gulch, July 18th, 1851, by 3 Mexican assassins for their stake of gold. It is said that the memorial stated that it was a simple memorial to 2 beloved and worthy sons raised by their parents who in homes far distant mourn their sad and untimely fate. We had to make a U-turn and stop here because I saw this historical marker for Chili Gulch, the richest placer mining section extending 5 miles in Calaveras County. Received its name from Chileans who worked the gulch in 1848 and 9, and the scene of the so-called Chilean War. Largest known quartz crystals recovered from mines on the south side of the gulch. There really was no war in Chili Gulch, but a series of conflicts which ended in violence. The gold rush in California drew foreigners from all over the world. Americans resented the presence of the thousands of foreign miners that crowded the gold fields. By December 1849, the Chilean success in finding gold prompted Anglo miners in Calaveras County to draw up a local mining code, which had no basis in the law, that called for all foreign miners to leave the country within 15 days. This so-called Chilean War resulted in several deaths and the expulsion of Chilean miners from their claims. Some accounts mention that Joaquin Murrieta assisted the Chileans. After a violent attack on the American miners, a large delegation of miners from McCulmy Hill had organized a court to try the Chileans engaged in the lawless and murderous acts. At least 4 were flogged, receiving 50 to 100 lashes on bare backs, and some were held down as their ears were cut off. At least 3 Chileans were put to death by firing squad. Man, a lot of bushes and stuff. A lot of cows looking at me. But I was interested in that thing over there. It's like an old building relating to Chili Gulch. They're very interested in what I'm doing out here. So as an added bonus on our way home, I decided to come down Highway 49, going through Angels Camp, and I found the Altaville Schoolhouse, which is one of the oldest surviving schoolhouses in the state of California. It was built in 1858. It's all made of brick. Let's go check it out. Now I have to push this shutter aside. I can't. Yeah, I can. Hold on. To read this, it says the Altaville Grammar School, brick building erected in 1858 with funds raised by a dance in the billiard saloon of the Prince Building, which still stands, one of the oldest schools in California, used as a school until 1950. It was then replaced by the present Mark Twain Elementary School in Altaville. Let's see if we can take a look at the inside here. Oh, here we go. Check it out. Look at those old school desks. There's a globe over there. Kind of reminds you of Little House on the Prairie. This schoolhouse was actually located a short distance away on some property owned by Cal Fire, the Altaville Fire Station property. The school is 36 feet long and constructed of bricks, which were manufactured in local kilns, placed too deep. Let's see if we can peek in the back window here. Ah, bunch of junk. Light in this building was provided by oil lamps until electricity was installed in the early 1900s. There is a William Redding, born in 1872. He became a teacher here at Altaville Schoolhouse after his hand was blown off in a mining accident, and he decided to go into teaching at the schoolhouse starting in 1901. When the school opened, there was only one building for all the age groups. The classroom was laid out in rows, first row being the first grade, second row being the second grade, and so on. This schoolhouse was used until 1950, sat unused until its doors closed and fell into disrepair. But in 1981, the Calaveras County Historical Society decided to preserve what is only a handful of one-room brick schoolhouses still standing in California. Preservation effort consisted of moving the building closer to the highway and restoring it to its original grandeur.